What's up, guys? Finally have time to do the Hornets recap for last road trip. It was a tough one with all the West Coast and Christmas and holidays. We were able to get we were 2-4. We beat the Sacramento Kings, and Los Angeles Lakers dropped to the Golden State Warriors, Clippers, Trailblazers, and Nuggets. The good part of this road trip was, of course, LaMelo Ball. He is on a heater with 20-point games, 9 straight games with 20-plus points. I will say, though, the last game in Golden State, his shooting was gross percentage-wise, and just some quick and bad shots within the offense, kind of. And he's still struggling with getting early foul trouble, so that's a little bit, but you still got to work through it. But in the 2 wins we had, LaMelo was very, very key. 16 points in the fourth quarter. Sacramento, really, really good stuff. Kelly Oubre has been Mr. Consistency all year. Unfortunately, he was out against Golden State with a hand injury and will be out tonight with that same hand injury. But Kelly Oubre, super, super consistent all year long. PJ Washington's had a really good road trip as well. The good PJ showed up in some stellar defense at times as well. But the big problem for the Hornets in the Portland game, we had a 67-61 lead at halftime and then gave up 40 points in the third quarter, and that's basically all she wrote there. We got blitzed in the first half against the Clippers, gave up 71 to 40, I believe it was, at halftime. And then in Golden State, we gave up 37 points in the first quarter. We did come back from 18, tied it, but we went really, really cold, and just some helter-skelter offense that wasn't good at all. Nick Richards did sprain his ankle because, of course, every Hornet has done that this year, seemingly. Missed the last 2 games. Is questionable tonight. Maybe he'll return against Oklahoma City, but he had a huge game against the Lakers and the Sacramento Kings. He killed the Sacramento Kings on the offensive glass. I really like what Nick Richards has done this year. Illegal screens are a bit of an issue for the big man, but you can work on that. And we did get to see Mark Williams in Portland and Golden State, and I really like what we've seen from that youngster early on. Really, really nice splash plays and some good hard defense and clogging up the paint. We've been looking for a center since Al Jefferson, and we might have found something in Mark Williams and Nick Richards. Who knows? Mason Plumlee has been very, very solid. Terry Rozier struggled mightily in Portland. Couldn't hit water from a boat. But he also sprained his ankle in the Laker game and played through that. Had 23 big ones and a couple clutch big shots when the Hornets were letting one melt away, where we had a 16-point lead in that one. But Terry made some huge, huge shots, and thankfully LeBron lost his shoe at the very end, and Reeves missed a game-winning jumper with a few seconds remaining. But I mean, it's the same story, different week for the Hornets. You get some flashes of some good, but defensively we just can't get the stops and can't consistently stop digging ourselves insane holes. and that's been the story of the year. If we get Dennis Smith Jr. back and Cody Martin, you would think things change, but with the big hole that we've dug ourselves in, I don't know what good it would do to start stacking up W's, to be honest, even though I would love to see us have some more consistency and win more, obviously, but I just don't know what good that would do for us long term. But that's just the reality of what we're in right now. Gordon Hayward has some flashes of good, but again, you don't know really how healthy the shoulder is, even though he's playing through it and things of that nature. So it's like a box of chocolates. You don't know what you're going to get except Swiss cheese defense. That's pretty standard. But again, there's always flashes of good between Nick Richards, LaMelo Ball doing LaMelo Ball things. LaMelo had a triple-double in the Clipper game, 31, 5, and 5 in the game against Denver, where we gave up 41, 27, and 10 to Jokic, something that Will Chamberlain was the only one to do. But again, we're competitive-ish in a lot of our games, where one stop here, one bucket here, all that stuff. So it's the least competitive to watch for the most part, but we're not getting a lot of W's and we're not getting a lot of results. JT Thor had some really good minutes last game against the Warriors to spell Kelly Oubre some minutes, so that's really good. I think we need to send James Bouknight to the G League just so he can get some playing time and get back on the court. I know it's been really gross with him on the court for us for the most part this year, but having him just sit on the bench isn't doing anyone any favors, especially if we want to possibly trade him coming up in February. But a 2-6 road trip, at least we won 2, and some close games. The one in Denver, 119-115, and the one against the Warriors, 110-105. I will say in the Warrior game, we had a lot better defense in the fourth quarter. We just couldn't get that clutch bucket. So maybe we're turning the corner there. But again, there's a lot of good in the bad right now. I guess individually we just can't put it together as a team right now. But I think that's mainly because of injuries, inconsistencies, and just the game of basketball is make or miss league, and the Hornets have unfortunately missed a lot. But we start a 4-game homestand tonight against the Oklahoma City Thunder, so we'll see if we can start this week off better than last week. And we're this close to a 3-3 road trip, but close but no cigar is the theme of the Hornets season. But hopefully LaMelo can continue his 20-point streak and kind of have better shot selection and better flow to the offense. But as always, Buzz City All Flag, go Hornets. That's your recap for the week 2 or last road trip, 2-6. Still ugly, but we're in Wimby territory, so that is a good thing. You always got to find the positives in the negative times, and that's what I'm here to do, so I hope I did that. As always, Buzz City All Flag, go Hornets.